So I think the point you're making, Sonny, about the press conferences, because there is an argument that's being made by some people in media that the press conferences shouldn't be being covered at all. And my argument for keeping the press conferences is I think we're at a place where President Trump, he has always been a sort of totalitarian president in a way that we've never historically seen before. And my fear is that he is going to play on the American public's fears in a draconian way and possibly do something akin to the Patriot Act going forward, where he uses this moment in time to play off our fears for his own benefit. And I think seeing front and center what him and his team, I, for one, became even more fearful of what was happening when I saw how inept Jared Kushner was. So I think while he has a team of doctors like Dr. Fauci that we are all in agreement is doing a great job, my fear is that this is a moment in time that can be manipulated by our powers and by the government in place. And I want to see front and center what he's saying, no matter how ridiculous some of the press conference commentary ebbs into.
Gotcha.
Well,
Sarah?
Megan, piggybacking off that a little bit, I'm a big believer in you can't. It's unfortunate that the administration, specifically the president, has been so inconsistent, and there's a lot of misinformation, and that weighs heavily on me. But I think the answer to speech that is incorrect or something that is not okay is more speech, more information. I'm not a believer in shutting that down. I just believe flooding the airwaves with more correct information, more deliberate information, putting more scientists, doctors. I wish there was more mic time by Dr. Fauci and Dr. Birx at these things, because right now we've all agreed this is not a political thing. It's a medical and scientific problem. But I don't think the answer is shutting down, because that is a double-edged sword and a slippery slope that goes two ways.
I think the thing to do is to make up your mind personally how you feel, because people are sitting and they are a captive audience right now. So all you're doing is absorbing. People need to pace themselves. They have to take this medication. Think of these press conferences like medication. You can't overdo it. You can't take too much of it, so you have to parcel it out to yourself, because it's going to drive you berserk and get you to this place of not only just depression, but fatigue. And so everyone needs to take these breaks throughout the day. This information is going to keep coming. You need to take a break from it. You're not going to miss anything, because on any other network, 5 seconds later, someone else is going to tell you the same thing. People need to take a breather from watching this stuff. Just take a break. That's my opinion.
They need to take a breather, Whoopi. They need to take a break, and they also need to make sure that they're not consuming from one source, whether it's the press conferences or a channel. Now more than ever, you need to look in multiple places and use your head to put together what is consistent.
Or you could just watch The View and we'll break it down for you.
They believe him. They believe him. There are people that are going to believe him because he's the president of the United States, and he's giving misinformation to their own peril. People are dying because of some of the information that's being disseminated from these clown press conferences.
Look, Sonny, you're right. It is an existential question. You're right. I mean, when people are drinking fish tank cleaner as a result of thinking that it's Hydra, the malaria medication, there is an argument.
Yes, but
we're looking at it through different prisms.
Well, we're all looking at it from, okay, there are some things that should be clear to you that you do not do. You should not be in a church if you're coughing and sick, yet people still go. We have to take a minute to make sure that whatever we're doing it right. But there are certain principles of just human-to-human contact that we have to now start sitting and figure out what we're going to do.